Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to the true and living power, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Mechak, Wadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his only begotten Son, and there is no God beside them. And I want to give double honors to the Apostle and Elder Great Millstone, who definitely were well, who taught us his truth, and honors and salutations to the elect Akim, doing these works in sincerity and in truth. So I'm entitled this sadly mistaken, because a lot of you people are getting ready to be sadly mistaken, man. And your mistake was trusting in the so-called white man, who is the wicked according to the scriptures, who is the devil according to the scriptures. And it really starting off with the elites who are pulling the strings behind the scenes, man, who are running this planet Earth. According to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So starting off with the elites. And then, like brothers say, the rest of you are just low-level devils, man. All right? Unless your spirit goes back to an Israelite, meaning you are in a so-called white person's body, but really you're an Israelite. Which means you good. But that sure as hell ain't everybody's case. That sure as hell ain't all y'all case. So it says, Isaiah 32:5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the troll said to be bountiful. See, so this is part of why you're sadly mistaken. You've put your trust in that vile person. It says the vile person shall be no more called liberal. So right now the vile person is called liberal, but he's not really liberal, he's really vile. But the reason why you're calling him liberal is because he's deceiving you. So let's get into the word liberal. All right, so like, let me actually get because this ain't getting the right context. So just in the blue letter, the Hebrew word liberal, nadiyab, it says incline. Yep, inclined, willing, noble, generous. See, and it's a fact, man. Whether you like it, or whether you admit it or not, the so-called white man, you look at him as if he's noble. And how I remember even not believing it, but being told it when I was back in high school, that the reason why the so-called white man is all in other people's countries with all these different military bases in people's countries and embassies is because he's doing it for the better good. He's looking out for the people. He's helping build up that country from a third world country, okay, to a evolving, thriving country, man, with a thriving economy and rights for everybody. But that was all bullshit, man. He was really there to steal their resources and to pretty much for his own good. Like the oil pipeline, business. He wanted to build that oil pipeline from, where was it? From Turkey through Syria out into Israel. Right? You can look it up. The United States Israel pipeline, oil pipeline. If I'm not mistaken. But so the reason why he was over there in Syria is because he wanted to get that pipeline up and running, man, to help benefit those fake J's, right? So that they can have their own oil access, their own oil pipeline access in the Middle East, cutting out the middleman and this and that, right? But he'll have you think that the reason why he's over there is because he's looking out for those people. See, but that's not so. It's really for his own investment and his own benefit. That's just a cover up excuse. So he's making it seem like he's noble and generous, man. Okay, even down to your low level devils with money that got a certain amount of money. You know, they carry themselves as if they're somebody noble and somebody peaceful, right? But inwardly, they're greedy, backstabbing, cutthroat, wicked, selfish devils. See, so they're looked at as noblemen, but in actuality, they're vile. So let's get into vile. Look, from the Hebrew Nabal, it says wicked. See, just straight wicked, vile. See what it says here. If you say that someone or something is vile, you mean that they are very unpleasant. Yeah. And they are unpleasant. Why? Because they can never have enough. They constantly in search of some type of more power. How can I get power? How can I get more resources? If I got to step on this man's back, if I got to step on this man's neck, I'm going to get it. See? But that's why another synonym in that word liberal in the blue letter was generous. You think that he's generous, but he's not. So it says the vile person shall be no more be called liberal. See, so you thinking that he's noble and generous and kind, guess what? Now you're sadly mistaken. Because he's not that liberal person. He's that wicked person, man. It says, nor the troll said to be bountiful. It says, for the vile person, meaning the wicked person, will speak villainly. In his heart will work iniquity. See? So it says he will speak villainly. From the Hebrew word nabalah. Senselessness, folly, disgraceful. See? Wicked. All right? For the vile person, the wicked person will speak wickedly, pretty much. Okay? It says, in his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy. So yeah, so his mind works iniquity, which is a sin, which is evilness. And it's gonna get into it. It says to practice hypocrisy. Yeah, because he's an act. The hypocrisy means an actor, man. All right. If you a hypocrite, somebody calls you a hypocrite, is because you acting. Here it is. You talking about don't smoke cigarettes, don't smoke. But then he catch you smoking. So what does he call you? Yo, you a hypocrite. All that thing you was doing, meaning you was acting. You was acting real good. Like you like you don't do it. But look at you doing it. So hypocrisy is nothing more than being an actor, man. And that's the so-called white man. Hey guys, we got to get these jabs in you. All right? We want to save your lives and get back to shut the fuck up, man. Shut your ass up. Okay, excuse my Swahili, man, as passion just overtook me just now. It says, and to utter error against the Lord. See? He utters error against the Lord. He's clean contrary against the Lord, man. So who's perfect? Who's righteous? Who's good? Is it the Lord or is it Esau? It says to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Right, going into when there's word, him shutting down his internet. All right, because right now you can get fed with this truth. You can learn and you can see his exposure. You can see him being exposed. You can come back into your true nationality heritage and your culture and worship the true and living power. but soon he's gonna try and cut that internet. Let's get a preset for that. Because really, ultimate, he's gonna try and do it physically as well. Say we can't come into his stores anymore if we're not jabbed. So, he's done it before with the Native Americans. Look, if you don't willingly get off your lands and come to these reservations, you're gonna get starved out, because he killed all the buffalo, the food source, well, of the Native Americans, and that was in the Great Plains, right? And then he said, look, I guess you ain't gonna eat unless you come to these reservations. We got food for you here. So if you don't play ball, he wants to try and starve you out, but that's not gonna happen, because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to provide for us, man. But he also wants to cut off this word. That's why it says in Ecclesiastes 51:23, draw near unto me, ye unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning. Yeah, man, dwell in the house of learning. Constantly be in the spirit. Whether you listening to brothers' lessons, whether you just praying, whether you reading, whether you doing your own lessons, whether you just studying topics, constantly dwell in the house of learning. It says, verse 24, wherefore are ye slow? And what say ye to these things, seeing your souls are very thirsty? See, because the election hath obtained it. Israel seeks for the truth, man, within life. And the election hath obtained it, but the rest were blinded. So their souls are thirsty for this truth. But the so-called white man is going to, right now you can get fed, you can get drink from this truth, man. Yahweh Shai said, out of my belly shall flow rivers of living water. He said, you drink that, but you shall thirst again. Well, if you drink this, you shall never thirst. And then he also said, give this day my daily bread. Give me this day my daily bread, which is of the spirit. And as a matter of fact, even in Matthew 4:7. Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. Okay? So now that he's being called out for, look, you're not that generous, noble person. You a fucking devil. And anybody that trusts in him is going to go down with him. Anybody that trusts in him is going to be had in derision. Anybody that trusts in him, man, destruction is coming unto them. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. So we are exposing him up and down. So now he's going to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Verse 7, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Okay? And part of these instruments that he's making are these jabs, these punches, man. And then the main instrument is that RFID chip. And he's gonna make it seem like it's very needed, even up into the chip. Okay, but you're gonna be sadly mistaken for believing in him and thinking that he actually is that noble, trustworthy guy, while he demonizes us. So now they're gonna hate us, and they're gonna think that we're wicked and we're evil, and that he's righteous. But then you're gonna be sadly mistaken, man, when you come to find out that we are actually the noble ones. We are actually the generous ones, right? The caring ones, the righteous ones, under the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And when are you going to finally realize that? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. See, so we're supposed to stand in great boldness. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. It says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. so far beyond all that they looked for. Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted life madness, and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? See? So, and then all these different heathens who like to kiss Esau's ass, you so-called Chinese, you Moabites, you in love with the so-called white man. Okay? You damn Arabs, you in love with the so-called white man because he has the money right now. No, I'm not. Yes, well, why are you wearing his suit and ties like him? Why you cast aside your own culture? And why are you ashamed of your own culture to please him? So don't give me that bullshit, man. You nations are all in love with the so-called white man, and you look down upon us. But that's all right, man. Because when Yahweh comes and saves us and redeems us, you then gonna realize, wow, ain't that something? This is a hell of a story. We was being tricked this whole time. But it's gonna be too late. You're gonna have to get your asses whipped too. Okay? For being side by side with the damn devil, man. So you guys are gonna be sadly mistaken. Down to you nations coinciding with the so-called white man, the damn devil, down to you even six-pack Joes and even 2/3 of our own people for coming up against us and trusting in the so-called white man. And now you're going to be had in derision, and you're going to get a grievous punishment, man. Lord willing was edifying, and I'm going to say shalom. Grievous punishment from the Lord himself.